Jeeting. Everyone wants the jeet, man, in next year, first quarter. Look at this crypto post. My prediction, bookmark this. In the first half of 2025, we will experience a huge overall worldwide market crash, resulting in a significant decrease in quality of life, worse than 2008, potentially as bad as the Depression, civil wars possible. Prepare accordingly. So, as you know, man, this is common. I've noticed it. I've been telling you, I'm like, man, everyone's calling for this. Remember Crypto, Chris, so he's got 600,000 followers. It's not just him, though. Many call him BCB, Crypto Banter. Everyone wants to get out. Everyone. Ivan, they're like, oh, we're getting out. Remember, they all say, oh, we'll think about selling March, April to July. No. They're going to be starting to sell immediately. Now, how does this resolve itself? Look, man, it is possible, friends. So, like, I've got obviously more videos coming out for you. But you see, in 2017, others did 120x, okay? From December to December. December 2016, December 2017. 120x. So 4 years ago, when we had 2020 December, people anchored to the 120x. Because, yeah, that's actually right. If you bought any coin outside of the top 10 in December 2016, you made literally a 120x. I'm not joking, right? You literally got 100x. Everything was just free money, friend. There was only 200 coins to choose from. 100 to 200 coins. I think 10% were rugs. So, yeah, there's literally just buy anything. There was just limited coins, right? We didn't have dexes or anything. No one could just make a coin, white paper and a website and stuff. So then what happened is everybody was anchoring to the 120. So then December last cycle, we only got a 10. But we only got 10. Why? Because people were thinking about the 120, myself included, and we were going, you know what? We'll be happy with like a 40x, We'll take like a 30 or 40x. That's pretty good. We'll think about it. Didn't even hit anywhere near that. Instead of 30 to 40 in our mind, stops at 10, drops 70%. We got rugged by China. China scammed us. It drops literally, friends. You check this out, man. Here's Dikemba. It's a 10x at the top, right? But look when China dropped us down, now you're only up a 4. So here you are, you're like, man, I waited this whole cycle. I'm not getting out here. I'm up a 4x. Well, if you don't get out, look what ends up happening. It comes back up here, maybe up like a 6 or a 7. Nothing in that. Most coins did not go up and make a new high. And then like, bang, here comes bear market. Now, you're like round tripped. Literally. December people from 2020 round tripped, man. Horrible stuff, man. We're here to help, friends. I'm here to help. It's me, you, Spoonie. We're here to mog the non-believers. But this is the game, man. This is the game. Now you also see why maybe Richard Hart is trying to make a stable coin to kind of like help with this, maybe. Reed's Law. Okay, the piece of the puzzle will fit. So as you can see, friends, see how expectations, they don't get met. But if expectations like, 1,000x, then sweet, you can make 100. The problem is when the expectation is 10, you need a white swan to make everything pump higher. So remember, if everyone expects a 10x now, that's actually what everyone expects. So if you're curious, funny enough, friends, if you go and check out this, yes, everybody from today, we're in December 2024, everyone actually expects a 10x in their coin. But if you check others, to the fib extension, it's only up. This is a 2.8. Basically, let's say 5. Everyone's expecting 10. You go, well, we're either going to get a 5 or a 20. But here's the thing. We could get the 20. You could in some of your coins. But I'm talking about Altseason Wave number 1. Remember, everybody wants to jeet early. Friends, they don't actually believe in the tech. When people will get this fear, they don't believe in anything. Okay, they don't actually believe. All they believe is like in a Bitcoin. They don't actually believe in anything. They're full of crap. But it's a believer's cycle, though. So this has to resolve itself. That's why I've got, maybe my prophecy, White Swan prophecy, maybe. But I can see it, right? I can see it already. They're all going to jeet in Q1 of 2025. So Altseason Wave number 1, which is my others BTC ratio I'll show you. You can actually just visually check that out, right? Altseason Wave number 1, friends. Everyone's expecting this bank. Everyone's expecting that in the next few months. So I am not surprised if we only get this. I won't be surprised if it's like an actual horrible comparison. Okay, and trust me, it might be painful, but you want them out. and I want them out. It's a believers cycle. Believers only. So they're going to be jeeting their whole stack, man. They're going to be dumping everything. Okay? And they're not going to be dumping at 10. They're never going to get 10. Tell you what's going to happen. Okay? It's going to go up. Friends, if this happens, I'm just saying, be prepared. Okay? So I don't know. Maybe something does happen and we get a big fat shock up to the upside. Maybe. Just be prepared. If we get this dampened, poopy thing and we come down, they're going to get out here. Okay, because they're going to realize, oh crap, because all the stuff they're worried about is now happening. Now, you do know, right? There is the inverted yield curve. So you have this, friends, inverted yield curve, and yeah, it is possible next year the Fed has to cut rates, and we do get that. It is possible, but friends, do you remember? I have a prophecy. Okay, I have one of my prophecies. I'm trying to remember the name. Okay, it was, here we go, the double printer prophecy. QE fails the first. Man, this is 6 months ago. I got to repost this, Habib. This is amazing. And actually what I've done now, friends, is I've just quickly paused the video to make the post here. So my double printer prophecy, I'm sure if I click on through, we can have it here. So finish. There you go. When the money printer doesn't work. Okay, so this is 6 months ago, man. Look, I know it's going to happen. I just don't know when. And it's not just me. We all know, friends. Anybody thinks about this, we know it's going to happen somewhere. We just don't know when. So I'm telling you, it could happen next year. And I've just made a post to my Telegram, baby dolls, as well. So this prophecy, friends, is like, I've even got it here. The US Fed will turn on the money printer next time, but it won't work the whole way. So remember, they'll do it the first time. And it will work. And everyone's like, the times are back. Yes, yes, yes. To do the money printer. Yes, the shock has happened. The infinite QE, whatever it is. Okay, their own thingamajig way. Okay. But the sugar rush ain't enough. Okay, so like, here's the thing. Do you remember I told you, look, I got a white swan prophecy? Yes. Something has to trick people to make them think that the 4-year cycle is different this time. It happens every time. So you want to know, hey, my friend Sommi, hello. We're in a Jigglypuff hat. What was it last time? Well, last time was the QE, but then they stopped the QE. And you say, okay, what was the 4-year cycle before that? Okay, they believed in the tech. So let me show you. So we can actually see it on others, okay? So in here, friends, when we did 120x, no one got out why. They believed in tech. They believed, hey, we're changing the tech, decentralization. It was all grift, okay? They believed in the tech. Now, here, they believed in some DeFi tech, but they actually believed in money printing. But then the US Fed came and said, we're actually turning off the money printer. But everybody was just so high on the drugs, they were complacent. How are we going to trap everyone again? So, friends, let's look around. Do you believe in the tech? No, you don't. No, you don't. You're all thinking of jeeting. You all can't wait to jeet. I know. I'm here to tell you the truth. The truth, friends, we all say the same thing in our DMs, all of us. Every single one of us. Can't wait to sell and get out of this hellhole. Everyone says that, bro. We all say that. We say it in our chat, in the DMs. I see it in the Twitter replies. We all joke the same thing. I know what we're all thinking. All right? So I'm here just to tell you the truth, friends. I'm here like as a messiah to tell you, hey, we're all thinking the same way. I'm trying to help everyone, okay? So if we're all thinking that... So here's the thing, yeah? I can almost guarantee the tech, you're not going to believe the tech. Even if the price goes high, you're not believing the tech. What? Gaming? Gaming's full of shit. Privacy? Yeah, people want to use privacy. They don't want to store privacy value. Layer 1 chains. Vitalik 8 bugs. Can't trust them. What else is there? Dexes. Unisoi. Doesn't stop the bids from collapsing. Nothing. Bitcoin. See? Just Bitcoin. You come back. Okay. But everything else, no. All right? And we're looking at others here. This is the real gainer. So now, This was the QE, the money stimulus. So that's why I'm just thinking, man, like if this plays out, it would be, it basically ticks all the boxes where everybody jeets next year, something's dampened. So for some reason, the market just can't get into euphoria because of everyone's expectations. Midway next year, maybe crypto, crypto. Maybe Chris is right. Maybe there is some sort of worldwide recession thing. And then they do the money printer. That could happen. Remember, we're looking at the inverted yield curve as well. Remember, friends, all the pain comes when they got to cut rates. They're like, oh, something's slowing down here. And they turn it on next year. So if that happens, this is the thing. If that happens, maybe you do get some sort of jeeting. Okay? By the way, this distance, just to let you know, that distance, friends, is it's only from today to the top. That's only 2.8x, man, to the top. So the average altcoin outside of the top 10 is only doing 2.8 from today. So, you know, Pulsar had a multiplier of like 2. But remember, this is wave 1. And it's not the whole year. That's why I'm telling you it's a believer cycle. It's a believer cycle. Do you want to know something interesting? Friends, we are all just mirror fractals of ourselves. Okay? Let's go back and look at Hex. Let's look at Hex, baby dolls. Look what Hex did. If you go back to around December, look what it did when we crashed in May. Here you go. Hex was up 10x. You see? But even if you believe we're around higher, so look at this. Hex did like it did around here. Maximum 10x. It was only up like a 5 or a 6. Okay? That was first cycle stuff. So even Hex did that first in the Altseason first dampen wave. It did that. But then it continued. I wonder if our PDI and Pulse Chain Hyperloop has something to say in our second half of next year. I wonder. So, you know, a lot of these things, you don't get them all the time. Ultimately, if you just follow the strategy, you're probably going to find out it works. Which is ignore all the news and then like sell a third in October, November, December at the end of next year. Maybe there's an alt season in the month right after as like the final finisher, but that's pretty much it. So that person who like ignores the news and doesn't look, maybe they end up just, it's a 4-year cycle. But here's the thing. Remember, friends, I said the 4-year cycle, something has to convince people that it's different this time. It ain't the tech. Like, if there was going to be a tech, they would have made it this year. Did they make it this year? No. Our tech innovation was meme coins. Everyone in meme coins knows, oh, well, like, they're just realistic. They're like, hey, man, you know, we're going to drop like all 98% in a bear market, just like all the other late one coins. Everyone knows that. It's a self-realization, yeah? We know this. But they don't beat around the bush. So next year, you know, how does that resolve? Maybe that's how it could resolve like that, friends. We go up here. It's dampened. Okay? We come back down. Here's a crash. An economy crash. Stonks. They got to cut rates hard. They do the money printing. And then maybe it just kicks something off. A big rush. Bang, bang, bang like that. Maybe that's what happens. A big thing. And then up here. So this, friends, this is wild. I know it's wild, but see, if that's happening, see, you got to think, right? Isn't that perfect? Everyone's going to hold. I can already see it. Like, if that happened, like, what if, like, combine Bitcoin Strategic Reserve? They're like, we're going to buy Bitcoin every week for the next 10 years. Imagine, and the US Fed. The US Fed said, we're doing infinite plus 5 QE. Infinite plus 5. You just throw all these things and you're looking at it like, oh, crap. The 4-year cycle says we're done, but the news is saying they're printing money. So that's why it would be so tough if you read the news. But if you look at the thing, you look at the cycle, you're like, okay, 3 out of 3 times, the thing to be doing was to get out here. That's why, friends, I've conceived early for you, in case this happens, of the double printer prophecy, where the first printer is only a sugar rush. and then it doesn't work. What does that mean? Like everything slows down in 2026 anyway, and then we like eventually capitulate and they have to go for round 2 at the very end. That can happen, by the way. How can that happen, friends? Well, I'll show you on the Bitcoin price chart. Bitcoin, crypto, remember, we are thin liquidity. We move first. So what you can do, friends, is I can even show you here the level of scamming that occurs. Okay, if you look at the NASDAQ, okay, look at the NASDAQ, friends. So look at the NASDAQ, look at this scam. I'm gonna actually make this. I'm gonna make this, let's make this red so you can see it. See, the NASDAQ was making new highs at the high here. And then look at this. Bitcoin was down 30%. Altcoins were already down by December. They were down 50%, 60%. So look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, friends, it just came out like this was not down for the NASDAQ. Dude, this is like 2% down. It's nothing, okay, for the NASDAQ. And look, altcoins and everything was already down 70% here in January 2022. So crypto moves first because, you know, we're the thin liquidity thing. We're hyper risk. We know we're hyper risk. Okay, so it's very possible, friends. By the way, you want to check something out? If you go back to the 2017 cycle, check this out, friends. Check this out. Now, look what happened back then. What am I now going to do? I'm just going to change it to a baby blue. Let's change to a baby blue so you can see this. And I'm going to look at this. Okay, so Bitcoin tops out here. And then this is our 2018 bear market, right? Bitcoin goes down and down and down and down. Look what the stock market does. Up and up and up. And look at that. Look at that disconnect. Look at that disconnect, friends. So we go down and then the stock market starts rolling over. Bang. We go with it. And then the US Fed, they actually have to cut rates here. They stop hiking rates. And then they have to recover. So that is a scenario. Like imagine they printed money. And then it's a 4-year cycle, but then like we just start downtrending for like 2026. But the stock market is making new highs. Can't you just see all the cope already? Everybody on Twitter, like stock market's still high. Why are we going down? And then like it hits the end of the year and then the big capitulation comes. That's exactly what happened. I remember I was trading this. Okay, this is actually when I entered crypto. Okay, so how can you actually like navigate that? Well, what you can do is literally just go to a monthly candle chart. And this is like, remember I told you, like the year after that Bitcoin bull year, there are 8 red monthly candles. 8. There's 8 here, and then there are 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bank. Okay, 8. Now, you had 9 and 10 here, but you get the point. You're waiting for 8 red monthly candles. You start DCA buying. So you would have bought Bitcoin 3,900, eventually comes back up. You also had 8 red monthly candles here. Look at this in 2014, okay? So this was December. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 for the year. So if you started buying, you buy a $320 BTC, yeah, you're pissed off because it goes down to 170, but you get the point, okay? In 2022, though, we had 8 on the dot. So but see, you're in the mindset of like waiting for 8. It doesn't matter if you get the exact price on it. You're buying on a discount. So that's how you can avoid it. But like it's so outside of everybody's spectrum. They're like, what about the QE? What about the world destroying? I know, man, this is tough, friend. That's why these are the stomach churning moments. The news will just grip everybody by fear. So I hope you appreciate this. Like you can see it now. So man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Man, it's going to be tough. But 4-year cycle, it's the only thing that's worked. It's the only thing that's worked. So they can fool us with the news because everyone's going to jeet out, man. They're all getting out. Let them get out. Let them get out. Look, are you unhappy with your portfolio now? Okay, I'm just warning you. If this jeet stuff happens, it's possible you only go around 4x higher today, and then in the crash, you're back either around today's price or maybe 50% higher. It's not the end of the world. Like, we've been way worse. You see? But yeah, friends, you're turbo long to the gills with me. You've bet more than you can afford to lose. You've been buying in the depression for literally 3 years. You're not going to be the person who borrows 300 grand on their home in 60 days buying the top. because all the influencers are saying Bitcoin's going to flip gold. Meanwhile, they're freaking selling all their crypto. Literally, they'll be jeeting 99% out. They won't be doing any of this slow trimming stuff next year. No, they'll be jeeting out. I was telling everyone they're going higher. And they're all front running their all audience. They're all selling in January, February. So, you know, that's what's coming. So you get to see, right, the secret to markets, friends, is this positioning. So, you know, if they're all going to jeet and we get that dampened alt season, then after jeeting, this is the one I'm going to take it personal, okay? No more Mr. Nice Guy, okay? We're going to bring out our strong Pokemon for this one. When they jeet, they're going to FUD us all. They're going to betray us. They're going to betray us. They're going to talk about recession. It's over. Crypto. They will be talking about bear market. And yeah, I'm going to get a bit randy, a bit excited. Because I'm like, well, you know what? No bear market ever started when literally the whole crowd was calling for it. None. Right? Bull markets end on the euphoria, the excitement. They end on it. They don't end because a couple of jeets didn't get their price targets, so now they're jeeting out and calling for recession in the world. They don't end like that, okay? And the bear markets also end on like the little whimper. There's like apathy. That's when the bear market ends. All right? If the bear market doesn't end because of like, they've started printing or anything else out here, okay? So let's continue. Now, remember, they are all expecting a 10x. So that's why I just guessed. Look, man, if everyone's expecting 10x in the next 4 months in Altseason Wave number 1, yeah, we're either getting a 5, 3, 4, 5, or we're getting a 20. Very simple. I hope we get a 20. I'm telling you, if we get a 3, 4, 5, and then it starts happening, I'm a believer. I'm playing for 40 cycle. Now, you can do whatever you want. Okay, not financial advice, friends. I'm just telling you, I didn't wait that long to go and join these pencil neck, noodle arm cucks who have no self-respect, who wear brown tarnished slippers and drink room temperature water. I didn't wait this long to jeet with them. That's me, personally. Everybody, I know, you're free to choose, Some dudes wear makeup at night, friends, and they wear women's clothes. If you're into that, okay. I'm not. All right? I prefer nipple peggings. So, everyone, look, if you've been waiting a long time, you're done, okay, you're done. That's personally me. Yeah, can go down with the ship. Maybe it is the end of times. Maybe it is a real alien invasion. I don't know. I'm just trying to prepare because I can see everyone's expectations. And I know the crowd never gets what they want, right? You can see it playing. You're like, okay, now I'm prepared. And then, yeah, look, I know someone's asked me, Sommi, what if we don't get that white swan at the end of next year? I don't know, sir. Madam, Mrs. Bubbles, I don't know. It's a believer cycle. Believe in something. So that's it. Okay, 4-year cycle. So what I just showed you, yeah, there is a scenario where we can crack the economy next year. They do the mega print, the sugar rush. It gives us the 4-year cycle. And then, like, you just imagine, friends, we're walking into 2026. Like, friends, in 2026, we had a 2-week alt season here where everything did like Verge did 1000x. But 12 months later, everything was down 97%, literally. So we can see that. Imagine in 2026, everyone's thinking about the money printing, and then like January of 2026, everyone's like, 4-year cycle's broken, bro. We're pumping in 2026. It's meant to be a bear market year. And we go up, and then like, yeah, that's why I've explained it to you. Just so you know, someone out there in the world has thought of the money printer failing the first time. Okay? It fails the first time, so it's just enough of a sugar rush maybe to keep the stock market up, and then it rolls over harder again. They got to bring in the bigger bazookas. Now, you probably wondering, like, what bigger bazookas can they bring in with the QE? They can, friends. They can do, like, the US Fed can go to Congress, and they can make, like, a fake Save America package where they actually start buying the ETF. Yeah, they do that in Japan already. Bank of Jelly Beans in Japan, when they're not working full-time at Pokemon Island, their part-time job is, they own like 7% of Japanese Nikkei. Yeah, it's a Ponzi. Welcome to the world. Yeah, they print the money. They just buy the stocks. They buy the ETF. So that might be it. So when you have all these boomers, all their savings are in the stock market. You know how you're throwing around either 1 week up to 1 year of life savings in crypto? Yeah, there's people with 30 years of life savings in the stock market. There's no way out. Okay, if they lose it, they've literally lost everything. So there is only one path. So yeah, this scenario, it's not even really scary because it all works out. It's just, it is something for us to think about though. Okay, now I don't know, no one knows how it's going to play out, but man, I've just told you friends, I was here, okay, let me show you, okay. I was here, I watched people literally blow the whole bear market by getting short up here, okay? And they blew their whole account, whole bear market. So I'm just if you were my brother, sister, you were my pet frog, if you were my pet squirrel, I'm just teaching you. Here are some things. I've thrown them out here for you in the universe. I'm just trying to shake you up a bit mentally so you're prepared. You know, funny, you say, hey, Sommi, if I just don't watch the news and we just follow the system, am I gonna be all right? I don't know, but 3 out of 3 times you were. Okay, 3 out of 3 times you were. Remember, the infinite QE was not enough to change the 4-year cycle in 2021. Infinite QE, 0% rates, Elon Musk buying, El Salvador adoption, okay? It was not enough to change the 4-year cycle. All of those. Okay, so whatever they throw at us next year, just know that. You go, whoa, man, infinite QE couldn't change the 4-year cycle last time, the first time. Why is it going to change it if they do it the second time? So that's here to make you better, friends. Man, it's going to be tough next year, friends. Look, I really do think this is a pit stop, by the way. This is a pit stop for Bitcoin, around 90, 100K. You know, 1 year up, 1 year down, we capitulate. They have to print again because we collapse with the stock market. Okay, friends, if you want to know, this is how 2018 played out. So if you want to know why is 2018 important, because this was Donald Trump presidency. Okay, so Bitcoin spent all year in a range and then capitulated at the end, and then the stock market had to be basically revitalized. So maybe that happens. You never know, right? We go up. Now we're in 2026 right here. Okay, we're in 2026, and then Bitcoin stays all year in a range, like that, all year in a range, and we hit the end, and then bang, we capitulate with the stock market. Something happens at the very, very, very end. And then the stock market, the Ponzi guys in the stock market are like, you know what? Let's activate round 2 of the infinite QE again. And then we eventually go back up. Okay? So there you go. And by the way, these numbers match up. By the way, you get a 240K BTC. You drop 65%. Maybe if you hit 280K, it doesn't matter. You drop 70%, 65, 70%. And that's exactly what happened here in this cycle. You see? Range, capitulate, come back. Hey, it's post Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump mania. Because you just went up only the whole time. Your super trend went up the whole time. That's why, friends, you get to learn there. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. That's one of those common oldest stock market sayings. You don't even need the news. Just telling you, I'm also, it's to psych myself up as well for these types of events. So inverted yield curve and all these. So there you go. So we've tried to fit pieces of the puzzle for the future. Can we get a scenario where the jeeters jeet, there's a scare of a world recession? Yes. And then they do the money printer activation? Yes. And then that moves us into the 4-year cycle top? Yes. But then everybody thinks, because remember, friends, they don't think that the tech is going to be here forever and save them. Everyone knows that. Okay, so you can't scam them with that. You can only scam them by thinking that the 4-year cycle is broken because now they're printing money. And they're doing something weird, and there's Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's the only way to get them to think. They're like, oh, but the 4-year cycle can't be over. This guy just started buying. Did Elon Musk stop the 4-year cycle? No. Did Infinite QE stop the 4-year cycle? No. Okay? That's why, man, can you imagine? Do you imagine how absolutely skits am I going to sound? Let's say it actually does happen, man. And let's say Bitcoin is green in December 2025. And this has happened, okay? So we go up, there's a scare, and we go up here, okay? And then imagine we walk into 2026 and I'm saying, hey, you know that money stimulus, it's actually going to fail. They're going to need to do it again. But crypto's going to downtrend first. And the stock market's going to take like a year to roll over. Because it's a Ponzi. Because the stock market has $60 billion of monthly money coming in. It doesn't just go like flop over straight away. It just rounds off. You have all this DCA money that's like keep built up. And then eventually we all capitulate at the end together. You know? So like, yeah, friends, these types of things, if you want to know, friends, why do I do this? Go and watch. Actually, don't. But there's reminiscences of a stock operator. And there are some famous like hedge fund wizards. If you go just read about, there are some biggest, most amazing traders. They had like this visionary crystal ball foresight. And they had a common personality. And it's actually what I'm doing. They were so paranoid. They kept thinking about everything falling to zero and trapping them. And there were some traders, big like famous investors, throughout the past 120 years of the stock market where they avoided the biggest drops. They did. Like they avoided the Great Depression drop. They avoided like these big drops, 1987, Paul Tudor Jones. And that's how it all started. They literally did, that's crazy. That's why I do what they do. They just throw 1,000 ideas out there. And then like one of them, like you see the dots connecting. And like you're just ready for it. It happens. But you need to be here 18 hours a day. Okay, you have to breathe it. You really got to breathe it. Okay, this is the thing, friends. You go and do this with anything else in life, you can make good in something else. Maybe like you make Play-Doh, right? Maybe you make squeaky chairs for a living, an honorable living. But yeah, this is the one where like it's money. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot at stake when it comes to this. So I hope you're appreciative of throwing this out there, news events, throwing them here because everyone's going to come in. What are they going to do? Buy on the good news, sell on the bad news. They're going to totally get it wrong. But now you've learned now. Now you're ready for these. If you can see a trap forming and then it appears, friends, like you just need one, man. You just need one. You bink the bull market, you sidestep the bear, and you get back in. Think about it, man. You just need to hit one home run. You just need to hit one home run. But why I've even shown you this is like you don't hit the home run unless you exit. But if there's news out there compelling that makes you like never want to leave, well then you never get to book it, do you? Don't forget, it loves you. Like, subscribe, bell button. I'll catch you soon.